My line is my life, says A V Ilango. Utsav, Three Mayam, Bull and Beyond, Chennai on Wheels, Under the Spell, Aindinai. A picturesque landscape and a rich heritage had inspired the artist, who grew up in a little town, Gobichettipalayam, in Tamil Nadu. Ilango sourced his line, form, and color from the Dravidian folk arts and the classical painting and sculpture. In his early years, in the 70s and 80s, childhood memories of rural folk, people at work, at rest, in celebration, were translated into the Utsav series by a rich palette of earthy Indian hues. Ilango captured the festive folk dancers and drummers with a linear rhythm that is inherent to the Dravidian style. The compositions were synthesized from the ancient Indian philosophy of non-dualism, harmony within and without, as in the flow of life force between the being and the universe. Ilango orchestrated this by the implicit shift of visual energy between the positive and negative spaces, namely the background and forms. The bursts of energy were highlighted by the swastika, a spiraling force of diagonal lines espoused with vivid red, vermilion, orange, yellow against blue, purple, and green. In 1992, Ilango was given the British Council Fellowship for a self-taught artist, and in 1997, on the occasion of the Golden Jubilee of Independence regional exhibition, he received the State Government of Tamil Nadu award for his oeuvre. Ilango created his human forms from the Dravidian folk arts, particularly the Marapachi figurines and the giant terracotta guardian deities. The Orient Longman Company sought Ilango in 1996 to illustrate the English translation of the two great Tamil epics of the Sangam era, circa the 2nd century Christian era, Silappatikaram and Manimegalai. And then in 1999, Macmillan Company launched the English translation of the 5 volumes of Kalki's magnum opus, Ponniyin Selvan, with Ilango's drawings as illustration. It is a saga set in Tamil classical novel on the Chola Emperor Rajaraja Cholan of the 10th century. In 2000, Sri Mayam was a metamorphosis of female form in his figurative style. The sensuality of the figures, etched in his languorous lines and complementary colors, speak of the sensuous passion, feminine grace, and dusky beauty. The parrot green, chili red, mango yellow, peacock blue, lotus pink, ebony skin, and milky white swan, all in a dramatic setting of a Naika waiting for her beloved. The robust form in the 80s was adorned with decorative motifs of the traditional textile design, whereas after 2000, the elongated and abstract form is minimalist. Instead of the peasant woman at work or at rest, it is a Naika of the Indian epics and mythology, waiting for the beloved, alone with her messenger of love, a parrot or a swan, or in a twosome. In the 90s, Ilango took up as subject of study the ubiquitous bovine form. In India, the bull, cow, and buffalo are far more important than as cattle. The cows and bulls are celebrated on the second day of the harvest festival, Pongal, in mid-January. On the third day, at Alankanallur in Madurai district, The tourism department now organizes the Jallikattu, a traditional Dravidian sport of heroism where bold young men dare to overpower charging bulls while thousands watch with thrill. But Ilango was inspired by the ancient Saivite philosophy, wherein the Nandi or bull symbolizes human prowess, ego, and total surrender, standing, charging, or seated. And the cow, for all the wealth that is endowed to the human being. The palette for this Bull and Beyond series is mellow with age: brown, beige, ochre, black, and grey. Eventually, the bull becomes his alter ego, the drama of life in line and color. They portray his relationships with people and his understanding of self and the Almighty, a journey within. After the bovine forms, even the stray cats and crows around the studio are captured on canvas and paper. At the Spring Salon of the Lyon Fine Arts Society in 2001, Ilango received the Jury Award. The next year, the International Gold Medal was awarded at the Autumn Salon of the European Academy of Arts at Paris. While 20 years of creativity was kindled by souvenirs of Gobichettipalayam and Madurai, Ilango at last felt the urge to create his life in Chennai on paper and canvas. But it was Ilango's viewpoint from the driver's seat that culminated in the Chennai on wheels. Auto rickshaws, cycles, motorbikes, cars, buses, and water tankers milling on the roads. The paralyzed or crawling traffic, the noise, chaos, and pollution are dramatic. In 2004, Ilango did the backdrop for the ballet of Silappatikaram produced by the Cleveland Cultural Alliance. And then another backdrop for the contemporary dance show of the Sutra Dance Theatre from Kuala Lumpur at Chennai. Ramli Ibrahim inspires Ilango by his choreography of Odyssey. The sensuous and statuesque dancers in the Tribanga pose blend well in Ilango's figuration for Under the Spell. Yes, under the spell of feminine grace and powerful footsteps. The Odyssey series progressed further, and Krishna comes in all his blue mysticism on the canvas, with dancers or all alone, with his magical flute and a Pacific cow. Ilango says his forms of late demanded more space and volume. Hence he ventured into sculpture. The human and bovine forms took shape in granite. His latest creation is Aindinai, that will be a landmark at the new IT corridor in Chennai. Aindinai means the five landscapes from the traditional Sangam era. It portrays five women in conversation to denote the growth, the progress, the enrichment contributed by women who represent their motherland.